Hello, Aspirin here, Common 101. I'm going to do a review. I want to label it as Dark Turtles, but then, a very lovely ex of mine decided to give my Dark Raphael away to some random kid. And we already know who that is. But that was the last minute, now it's gone. Thank you. So hopefully I'll find Dark Raph soon and complete my Dark Turtles. So as far as right now, let's just do Leo, Don, and Mikey right now. So I hope you like this review. And those of you who are looking for a good place to look for turtle toys or anything else for cheap, you guys. There's a fighter quarters. Check it out. Second stores right there. Feel free to pause it, to write it down because I'm going too fast. I know. Facebook and their phone number. Let's start off with Leo. This is Leonardo as Dark Leo. It's not really Leonardo. It's just the clone of him, and they mixed it up with other creatures. And he came out like this. The sharp teeth. I think he looks really wicked. I love it. And the detail is very, very good. Spiky little hands. Oh yeah, be careful with these things because they're very loose and they could easily break if you don't take care of them. Oh, and his little toes. See his toes. And then, so say, where is it? 2006, Morgan Studio Playmates Toys made in China. And then it comes with this weapon right here. You just shove it right into the freaking hole. Like, take that, It doesn't come out, it just looks like that. So it's just a design for his back of his shell. As you can see, his turtle shell looks really wicked. And then we got Donatello, but it's clone of Donatello. There. Spiky teeth, mohawk spikes. I think he looks really cool. Looks like the character from The Gate, the demons. Alright, here's his chest, down to his legs. He has longer spikes on his fingers, which they didn't paint this, go figures. Blade on the side. And then his sharp little toes, which also has, so I'm going to show you. 2006, Morgan Studio Playmates Toys, made in China. And that's his little tail right there. His little shell, which needs to be painted, but they didn't, but it still looks pretty cool. This looks like a slash reunion, his family. And then we got Michelangelo, and of course his tongue sticking out. His armor. Of course this thing's flapping around his belt looking thing is very flexible, as you can see. His little weapons. It'd be kind of cool they made that into a weapon, and of course they didn't paint that. What's up with these non-painting stuff? And his spikes fingernails are like short compared to the other ones. And his little spiky shell that actually looks like Slash's shell. Of course, it's not painted right here. This could be a difficult one to look at for the date because it's so tiny. 2006, Morgan Studio Playmates Toys, made in China. Of course, they move from their head, I should say. Tongue is not too flexible, so be careful about break off. For this one, it's very hard to move around. I don't know what he's been like that since I bought him, but he moves at his wrist and supposedly moves at his shoulders. And for this one, it's the same thing. He moves from his shoulders, and he moves from his. Well, actually, doesn't move at all. Interesting. And then he moves from his legs. Same with Donatello, he moves from his head. There's the elbow part. Of course, his shoulders. What is that? Of course, they don't paint that either. Of course, his tail barely moves. Just Just goes right back. Legs moves. Same thing with Leo's. Go like this. It moves. Does not move very well, but it moves from his hands and his shoulders and of course his legs. So that's my short review on the Dark Turtles. Well, Dark Leo, Dark Dawn, and Dark Michelangelo. Excuse me. So what do you guys think about this? Do you mean these things are cool? Do you wish there was more like this? Maybe they might make it for a classic for the Fast Forward. I mean, seriously, I was never a big fan of the Fast Forward series because Cody and it was kind of cheesy. But I did like the artwork for it. Um, yeah, so I wish they did more stuff with the Dark Turtles because that's like the best thing that ever came out of the whole series. So add to your collection, people. Take care of yourself and happy hunting. See you later.